Yeah, you'll be able to see me. So we've got lights for ambiance, uh, steel plate, uh, copper goes through protection down to the ground for grounding, sleeping bag for insulation because it's cold, copper rod. This is a number two ground, number two 10, and this will be on there. Touch. Yeah, that alignment's messing with me. I'm tired already. I just came outside. I'm gonna sit in this. I've got a meditation going in my headphones, and you just hear the ambiance of the neighborhood. You see the house behind me, kind of. Uh, this is a 2000 milliamp Anchor power pack I've had for years, and this is a little USB plug-in light. It's amazing. It just runs like that till the power pack dies. I use a bunch of little 5,000 milliamp power packs when I'm camping. There go my beautiful insulated Crocs. Oh. So, how am I going to, I'm going to sit like this. Means I want to be like that. Ground myself to the mat. Mat's grounded to the ground. And now I don't want to be cold. So, open up and just sit here. Listen to the beautiful music, the meditation. Be outside, touch grass. Well, in my case, mulch and dead grass. Turn this music. This is the most basic thing you can do. Go outside and sit on the ground. I've added several layers of complication. One would be a waterproof surface so that I'm not getting dirty, because society teaches us you don't want to be dirty, hence the black piece. But that provides a layer of separation between you and the ground, and that's true. So you got to find a way to ground yourself. So you then have to find a connection between your body and the ground. I use good old copper. I have a steel plate, piece of diamond plate that my body is able to ground down to, and it provides a large surface solid, so I'm not really worried about it. I know I'm not going to get pokes and rocks and whatever wherever I'm at. I have to worry about getting wet. I worry about getting dirty. And I've provided a large surface for my body to say, okay, I don't need all this negative energy into the ground. Amulets and crystals are things a lot of people talk about, and that's being able to place energy from a source to a source, and that's what grounding is. Taking all that negativity, once you're able to open your bottom of your subconscious and dump all that crap, you're able to ground it out. There's ways of doing it, all kinds. It's whatever you believe. Whatever you think works, works. Because your brain and your subconscious is the one that's manifesting the release. It sounds like a big circle because it is. It's all a big circle. Everything's a circle of life until you finally reach that end phase. And you talk to God and you tell Cole, I'm done, I'm ready to go to heaven. When you open the pineal and realize that the I am and the I are the same. It's so beautiful. The problem is once you realize that the I am and the I are the same, you'll look at everything a little differently. You understand the power of creation and manifestation are actually within you. That you can do this. You believe. You have faith in yourself, in the universe, that everything is going to turn out right for you. Then yeah, everything will. Because positivity is what you put out into the universe, and you get back what you give. As above, so below. You put out good into the universe, then you get good back. And that's just the way it is. Great. Buffering sitting outside my house. My toes are getting cold. Thinking. Thinking's the one thing that you have to learn to stop. Meditation, hemisync, yoga, kundalini, Buddhist meditation, ascension, prayer, whatever you have been taught to call it, whatever you want to call it. I was taught spiritualism, and then I was raised Baptist. So I realized God is my friend, and He wants to talk to me. So listen. I spent so much time outside because I was poor, and it costs money to do things, but it doesn't cost money to go outside. So outside is where I learned to hear God. Where I learned to hear the universe talk to me. Where everything is in my best interest. Everything is perfect for me. It's what the universe wants for me. And then we grow up. And as we grow up, we take on so much bullshit in our lives. Everybody's like, oh, peasants had more days off. Yeah, They also died a lot earlier. They're also harder. An easy life, a long life, means that you have to deal with more complications, more issues that our grandparents and great grandparents never would have wished upon any of us. But here we are, redoing the same thing from 100,000 years ago. Everything is a repetitive cycle in a new era. And who knows, maybe it's all been done the same way before. Reincarnation is a hard one for a lot of people. How can I come back? Why would I come back? Because you didn't finish something. What are ghosts? Ghosts are people that refuse to leave and start over again. You're reborn, you start over, and you're trying to fuck it up this time. To learn the ascension, to become a good and better person. That's the only reason we're not getting out of this place is because we're all bad people. I had this discussion with my wife. We're all bad people. Because survival makes you an inherently bad person. Your need to survive is greater than your care and desire for the need to survive of others. Unless you're a parent, and then you'll kill for your kids in a heartbeat. But that's just the way it is. We are naturally and innately built one way. I didn't know they had an electric car. That's cool. I never got an electric car. I don't have electric cars. I got good beat up old gas cars. This feels so weird. Sitting here sharing, because this is meditation. I will sit and talk to myself during meditation all the time. I'll sit and I'll have my eyes closed and I'll have something playing, and I will just talk to myself, or this thing is starting to get annoying. Oh, sometimes you just gotta share. And sharing an individualized, personal thing is very hard for me. When I told my wife I was coming out and I was gonna do the meditation because of the alignment, and it's like this is my kicker. She was like, "Oh, well then I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna do this and we're gonna go look," and it's like, okay, I don't know how to respond to that. I really don't. Coming out to sit and meditate and just allow the power of the universe as it's concentrated is not something that my wife and my 10-year-old, because they're both business minded and really understand or have any thought of. They just, oh, whatever. And I don't mean to come across, but I've tried to share and I've tried to let them be a part of it in different ways, and they've said no. They've judged me. And once you judge me, then I don't want to share it with you because you judge me. And that's why this is so hard. I have internalized the judgment about alternative medicine and the way I talk to the universe, I've internalized everybody else's judgment of me for it and the way I do it because it's clear to me, and it's only clear because of my trauma. When I first deployed and went into the service, I saw a lot of bad things. I did a lot of bad things, but it was in service of my country. So at the time, I didn't notice the change. But once I got out, the change was very noticeable in me of how touchy and tense and set offish I was and how much I needed the therapy. So I did the therapy in service. I've been out of the service now for over 10 years, and I'm still touchy. But growing up in the South, being spiritual without being religious is looked down upon. So you go to church and you sing the songs, you say the things, but you get a constant secondary belief. Whereas being spiritual, you understand that it's all there and it's all positive and it's there for you. Whereas everybody else is, oh, fire and brimstone, you're going to hell, God is negative, and that's a bunch of bull. God is within you, and God wants nothing more than the positive outflow of emotions and positivity for the rest of the universe for you. So, I knew coming out here would allow me to talk. There's something about this alignment that's finally telling me to open up and share. So, Wednesday was a Wednesday. Just a normal Wednesday. A couple quotes, went out and had lunch. But this time I went out and something told me, hey, you're in between quotes, go to a park, find a park. So I went and found a park. And then it was an equestrian park. And while I was there, I was annoyed. I was annoyed because I was in between quotes and the guy wouldn't get back to me so I could bump him up because of the cancellation of my schedule to make my day easier. All in all, that goes to tell me, yo, I had a moment of clarity when my brain stopped for a second and the voice is like, yo, you need to slow down. So I did. I sat down and I had lunch at a park. And that's a big deal. So I sat down and I had lunch. And I made a video and I already posted it. It's about slowing down. The universe told me to slow down, so I'm slowing down. Trying to figure out what I need to do. So, in line with that, instead of taking the car everywhere, I've been taking the bike. Oh, kid wants to go on a bike ride? Let's go. Let's go out and do all the little things y'all want to do. And I'm fine with that. Because I'm a very physically active outdoor person myself, so it works. Right now I'm in this like weird hunched over position because my foot's cold because I'm grounded out. Our lives get so complicated, and we run a business. We run a couple businesses, and yeah, times are tough. Everybody's hurting for money. The economy's strange, new president, nobody knows what's going on. Whatever. It happens every couple years. I've been through it a couple times now. But this is the first time I've been really open and told, sit down and share this stuff. And I went and set up an event for my wife. She's marketing for our company, mold and toxin material remediation. We love it. I enjoy crawling in crawl spaces, explaining people's houses to them, and why their houses are acting the way they do. I like it. I enjoy it. I've done it for a lot of years. I enjoy being the smarty pants, and it fits my outdoor till I'm under a house, and physical because it's damn physical. But I went up, and the people there helped me set up because I'm not good at it. I'm a guy. I don't know how marketing stuff's supposed to look pretty. But they helped me, and then they were just really open, really quickly to the concept of, hey, I went out into the mountains and did a meditation retreat. You're like, oh, kind of what was that? And I was like, oh, I took my little pod, I went out to the mountains, and I grounded out for a couple days, and I meditated in my pod for hours upon hours, and then I did some mountain biking. Some jeepers came by. They were like, hey, this is really cool, what are you doing? I walked them through it. And when somebody's there, it's really nice because it's really fun to show off the things you have and to let people kind of feel the experience. But I can set my pod up and turn the phone around and you can listen to me go blah 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 and lay there, but you're not going to get the experience of it. And meditation and growth with all of the things around how it all works, one, to me is an extremely, I cannot express how extremely personal meditation is. I hear God and I talk to the universe my way. The way, one, I have taught myself through many years of laying down, staring at the sky, praying, crying my eyes out, wishing to be alive, at times wishing to be dead, and at times just wishing to wish because there's nothing that seems like a better thing to do at the time. I've got a beautiful family, a nice business, a nice house in a subdivision that I've worked my ass off for. I grew up in a trailer park with nothing. And that's really hard. Growing up with a lot of insecurities, not knowing where food was always coming from, not knowing who was going to be home, what the situation was going to be like, how the temperament was. But it just kind of was. When you grow up in those environments, you want nothing more than to not be in that environment. So you do what you do. I pick up on things really quick. You show me, tell me, and then I can pretty much turn around and replicate. I'm really good at back designing stuff, seeing it, understanding how it lays out, and then reverse engineering it. And I do that with a lot of stuff because I don't want to pay the money. I'm cheap and I like doing it myself. As we sit here at almost midnight underneath the celestial alignment, I haven't been able to talk like this in a while. I've been shut down. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that my mom's getting a lot worse, and I'm preparing for her death. A friend of mine's locked up. My little brother, my cousin's locked up. The people I spend my time with are either my family or people that I pay to work for me. Or now they're about to change to the marketing people because my wife's stepping in to help another business grow. And she's amazing at that. And I know I can step up. I've taken the time to invest in myself and invest in my emotional growth and invest in my business acumen to try not to be such an autistic weirdo. But really, that's who I am. And a lot of people understand that. And a lot of people don't. But those that don't aren't the people that need to be around me. Yes, they need my services at times, but they'll know, hey, that weird guy I kind of don't want to deal with. That's what they do, and we do an amazing job. We have all kinds of whatever. You look us up, we ain't got bad shit. It just is what it is. I'm not going to hide anything from anybody. I want everybody to be upfront and honest with me, so that's what I'm going to do. Be upfront and honest. If that makes you mad, I'm sorry. Not really, but I'm going to do whatever I need to do for my clients. I love my family, and I'll do anything in the world to protect them and keep them safe and to make sure that they have the best that I am able to provide. My dad was a foster kid, stayed in the system. He was able to get out of the system and at least get us solidly as a family into a trailer park. So we weren't homeless like he was. But it definitely wasn't the best emotional and area to grow up. But you learn from that negativity and that negative space to grow out of it, to be someone better. I'm a smart guy, so I went to the service. I knew that was my way out. So after going into the service gave me a good career coming out. After the service, I worked that career until I reached the top of it. And then it was, oh yeah, just because you have the experience doesn't mean you get the promotion. And then they skipped me over twice because of people with college degrees with 5-7 years less experience. Credentialism is killing everything. But that's why I went and got a bunch of credentials for all of this. Well, mainly because I don't want people judging me. Oh, what makes you think? I've spent my whole life talking to God, letting the universe direct my path. I spent a lot of years listening to people in the Army tell me I was stupid. A lot of years hearing people say, oh, you shouldn't do that. You need to pray to God and God only. That's the only way. Please leave me alone. I'm tired of the judgment. I don't want to be judged. I'm gonna put it all out there. Here, snotting around, still vaping. Lisa quit the damn cigarettes. I want to do what I want to do. I want to support my family. And I want to be successful to allow my children to not feel as if they have unmet needs. You can have unmet desires all day long, all you want. My children don't have unmet needs. They have unmet desires to be able to. I don't even think it's, oh, be like their friends. I think it's just, hey, I want to try this thing, and we're like, that's $500. That's too much. You have to try something that's $50. But we'll figure it out. Universal consciousness has nothing more than your best interest in mind. And as long as you allow the best interest to flow through you, then the best things will happen. The problem is our subconscious mind takes in all of everything. All of it. Everything you see, hear, every word you speak, every word you think, everything that you put in and around. Subconscious takes it in. Cool, that's fact. Why? Because it's dumb. That lizard brain that just wants you to live takes everything as a fact and takes everything in as fear, because it takes the 10%. That 10% you gotta tithe, you gotta shut it off to be able to train that subconscious to let it go, to open up. Power feels weird. Life is not easy. Life is not simple. But every day life is worth it. Fruit punch, Crystal Light. Snotty and all. Your power is strong. All Stamp and Modius want to do some advertisement for me. Let me know. I love my All Stamp. It's the little 16K with the battery. The Modius 7500. Always works. Clear out. Need to clear you out. Pull that Modius out. Sometimes that Kang 8. That Kang 8 good. Modius is better though. Sorry, Kang. Nicotine. Kinda. This has been heavy. This has been real heavy for me. Real heavy to share. But there's a lot of different therapies. Oxygen, ionization, red light, uh, weighted heat massage, Reiki, chakra, harmonics, frequency. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do as part of meditation that enhances your experience. Lots of people do bad things for themselves, or psychedelics, or whatever. You gotta find out what works for you. I take retreats and I lead people on retreats, but every retreat is built around the people going. So, a couple clients that I treat in a similar fashion can go on a retreat that's a weekend, just Friday night, all day Saturday, sleep Saturday night, wake up Sunday morning, do a service, and head off to breakfast. And that's tents or cabins. It just depends on the people. Lots of people I deal with are outdoor rigs, so they have little